Hello, gentle viewer. How are you? Welcome back to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Aren't you great? Aren't you great for doing that? Yes, you are. So, as we promised, content. Yeah, it's a year of content. So let's bring you some content. So initially, I figured we're gonna move into some current affairs because people like videos that are about now, don't they? So what better thing than now than the news, current affairs. Great. Also lets me put this video in a different category, which might get more links and that might lead to money. Who knows? We're giving it a go. So obviously I then had to come up with what would be interesting news, what's newsworthy, researching the different happenings here and there seemed like a lot of hard work. So what I've done, in the interest of just making sure there's quality and also to save my own time, really, because I'm quite busy. You know, this isn't the only thing I do, believe it or not. I do other things. So I've subcontracted it to somebody else and I gave them 55p. So today's news obviously will be coming at you courtesy of the Daily Star. Quality paper. It is cheaper than the Sun and a lot more fun. Also, they're very proud to love animals. Proud to love animals. So let's go through a few of the headlines quickly. I mean, I don't know, do I do this? Do I do this? Fuck it. We won't swear, we're not going to swear. All right, that's one, all right? I'm allowed one, and that was it. So there'll be no more swearing from now on. So today, Thursday, the 7th of January, 8 p.m. every Thursday, and this time it's for all the heroes. The clap's back, guys. The clap is back. Now, I always knew that as a colloquial for the French disease, but they mean literal clapping. I was out and about at 8, didn't hear much, so I'm not sure enough people are reading the Daily Star, or there's lots of people reading the Daily Star and they don't care. So anyway, the clap is back. Thanks for all your teachers, carers, refuse collectors, truckers, cleaners, posties and shop workers. In fact, everyone except Bozo, Coco and Thicko. I don't know who those people are. I'm also seeing a lack of mention, rather, for the drug dealers. I'm sure they've performed a very important work keeping people sane and families back together. So anyway, let's see what the Daily Star has as the most important news. Right, so we're now looking at page 2. Right, so this is the first thing you see. First of all, Greggs suffers first loss. A chain of Greggs in Newcastle's closed, so obviously that's very serious news. The RAF has bought some new missiles, 550 million, so money well spent. And that's about, the zoo have counted some animals, so that's page 2, and that's the important stuff. We go on to page 3, obviously, featuring the lovely Daisy. Wonderful girl. She's making some commentary about Towie. Yeah, I never watch it. Interesting tidbit here, Ryan Reynolds gave 10 grand to a charity, and what I quite like is they've not listed here Ryan Reynolds, yes, that Ryan Reynolds, as the famous actor, but rather the Wrexham FC owner. So I didn't know he owns a shit football team. Second swear, it's fine. We're not getting any ad money anyway. It's fine. Interesting story here on page 3 again. This is the top. So we've got the Daily Star here. So it's right next to Daisy. Bit of a spoiler alert there. She is lovely though, isn't she? Oof. Anyway, right. So it looks like the BBC has taken its diversity hiring initiative one step further, because now there's going to be another show, and the host is going to be a lady, and that's good because that's diversity. She is white though, so they could have done better, but the co-host is a dog. So you've got different kinds of humans, but what about animals? I'm liking that the BBC is pushing the charge ahead there. I don't know about having to compete against animals for jobs though. I think there's some animals that could, honestly, if we let them into the job market, could give us a run for our money. Really, like I'm thinking call centres, parrots, a lot of manual labour. What if they bring back horses? I mean, alright, there's shit everywhere, but it's not that smelly. It's not that bad. I don't know if you've ever interacted with horse poo. It's not that bad because they're herbivores. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Animals taking people's jobs. I mean, it's cheaper, isn't it? It's cheaper. There's less maintenance than a robot. So who knows? It's the future. What else have we got? Philip Schofield says, I'm getting pissed even though it's January. Don't know why that's newsworthy. I imagine he needs quite a bit of a drink to cope with his life these days. Bit of a sad one as well, on the page 4. Some dude got nicked by the old Bill in front of his kid. Here, I'll show you the picture here. Obviously kind of guesstimating where this is. I don't know if you can see that. That's the dude there and his kid. Little Billy there. Assume his name's Billy. We call kids Billy, innit? Now that's a bit of a fuck up really, because what these police have done in enforcing their laws, which I will not comment on because I know what our Google overlords are like, but to do it wasn't really necessary. Was it an arrest should be a final option, and I understand that the police do need to justify their existence and continued funding, despite not having the ability rather to find stolen goods, because they don't, and they're a bit useless at that, and general actual crime. So I understand they've got to make the numbers, fair enough, but to nick him in front of his kid, you've now turned this person, this tiny little child, into an anti-establishment, police-hating individual, which maybe is for the best. Maybe you've done him a service, so he won't need to go through later life and then become disillusioned in the Metropolitan Police as an adult, which can be, a bit harder than, if you're a kid and you're already going through life knowing that it's a self-serving organisation that doesn't actually protect people or uphold the law. Anyway, what's next? Work Sundays in Jab. Right, so the next one, we're looking at page 5 here. Apparently, the pen pushers, it's what they're calling them here, not my word, right? People who work in offices just, and they're not even pushing pens, are they? They're typing shit on a computer. Who pushes a pen? Anyway, them lot won't work Sundays or lunchtimes to make the vaccine happen. Well, they're civil servants. What do you expect? Right? They ain't there for the work, they're there for the pension, aren't they? That's it. Some bloke wears an astronaut helmet in the supermarket. Great. Apparently that's news. Celebrity stuff. Where are we now? Page 7. Oh yes, it's the America stuff. Don't know if you've noticed or heard about it. America's gone. Who are you? What? What's this cunt doing in my video? Oh, fuck's sake. Really? Hang on a minute. What's this? Fuck off, you cunt. Right, there we go. That's better, isn't it? Oh, this is supposed to be interesting machines about newspapers and that, innit? So it links up, but there we go. Where was we? Right. Oh yeah. America under siege. So, you know, people getting sprayed, going into there. What I think people haven't spotted there, if you look at this picture of Donald Trump here, hoping that's in the frame, right? What we see in there, look, black glove. He's only gone and joined BLM, innit? That's the Black Panther thing, innit? Or is it like that? I don't know. I don't know. I weren't alive. I saw the film, but I might have been a bit wavy when I saw it, so I don't remember much. But so yeah, America's kicked off. So yeah, so Trump called all of his mates, his supporters, and said, yeah, come out to Washington DC, and they did in droves. And then he was surprised that everyone was a bit surprised that it all kicked off. Who would have seen that coming? He's obviously saying a lot of things that have been disputed. I'm required to say that in order to not get hoofed off the platform. So I'm going to skip over this news story because, well, it's quite far away, America, unless you're in America, obviously, in which case I hope things get better. And maybe, just maybe, the main improvement your country needs is to not drop 5,000 page laws on senators to vote on hours before they have to vote on them. Although, as somebody who lives in Europe, you can't really talk because the EU does the same thing. They do the same thing. It's awful. Anyway, some cunt died who I didn't know about, so I'm going to assume you don't care. TV nonsense. More TV, I don't know, some bird in a swimsuit, apparently that's news. I'm so ashamed of Coogan Fling. Oh my god, did you No. So, I mean, I don't know why she's so Courtney Love, you know, that slag that got Kurt Cobain to top himself, shagged Alan Partridge, Steve Coogan, what a legend! I already liked Alan Partridge. New respect, 100%. What a lad, top lad. So that's interesting. Oh yeah, Dre. Here's an interesting one. I saw this. Dr. Dre's had a brain aneurysm. Sad face. He is better though. Missy Elliott, Snoop Dogg, and look, I just want to say, it's not that I can't read, it's just it's quite blinding, and this is not... Anyway, he said, I will be out of hospital and back home soon. Probably exactly like that, I imagine. But yeah, so he's doing all right. Ooh. So I guess, as far as his missus is concerned, pretty soon, Dre will be back. See what I did there? That's right. It's this kind of comedy gold that we made the channel for. Not just informative. This is old redundant printing presses when they use the old lead things. Those things weigh kilos. And obviously it all got replaced by the CMYK 4-stage printing on aluminium and plastic coated aluminium pieces since then. Anyway, moving on. I think we're kind of getting here. Oh yes, right, this was interesting. This is a very Daily Star. That's why you buy the Daily Star, really. So we've got the Bluffer's Guide to Myths, and they've listed the top 6 popular myths here. So what have we got? We've got 1, the COVID vaccine has a tracker embedded in it. Now, I don't imagine the COVID vaccine does have a tracker embedded in it, because that would be mental. And you've also got trackers in your phones, smartwatches, on all of your devices. So if you didn't buy it before, I don't know, 2010, give or take, it's got trackers in it. Never mind the other ways that they can track you, which I won't go into. 2. Paul McCartney died in the 60s and was replaced by a lookalike. Yeah, that's... I thought it was Ringo. I thought it was Ringo that died, and there was the whole Sergeant Pepper's thing. Who knows? Anyway, moving on. The moon landings were faked. I saw some B-roll footage of that got leaked the other day. That was quite weird. The world is run by elites. Well, this is a myth, apparently. Oh, wait, no, who are really reptiles. That's the myth part, obviously. Jesus was married to Mary Magdalene. Do we know? Do we know that for sure? It's a long time ago. I'm not sure, because they didn't have CCTV back then. So it's hard to tell. Look at all this lovely machinery. And Jack the Ripper was a member of the royal family. Well, who knows? Right, we're getting towards the end of this, because this is dragging on, isn't it? And I don't want this video to be too long, because then you won't watch it and you won't like it. Some animals. Oh yeah, this was quite interesting. I mean, this is on the same page as the animals. John the Baptist was here. Says boff. So apparently the dance floor of death turns out. So John the Baptist apparently was executed around 29 AD by King Herod Antipas or Anupas. What is that? Is it a T-I or a U? Can't fucking see shit here. Right, third swear. I'm sorry, that's the last one. Anyway, so some bloke found the dance floor of Salome of the Light. So, wait, no. Dance floor of Salome to Light. Anyway, basically, he got killed on the dance floor. John the Baptist got killed on the dance floor in 29 AD. So, like, did they have a dance-off? I do wonder, was King Herod like, you know, I will kill you now? And then John the Baptist was like, aha, but I found this weird old law that means that I'm allowed to dance for my life. And obviously, back in them days, it must have been harder because Riverdance hadn't come out yet. So you wouldn't know if, like, you know, to do the spectacular thing. And so did he dance and try and dance for his life and then be told by King Herod, no, you're shit, mate, and get cut down. And you know, that makes me sad, because if you're going to die with dignity. And trying to dance for you, fucking hell, I'm in the Matrix. Trying to dance for your life and then still getting killed, that ain't dignified. That ain't dignitas, mate. Take a plane to Switzerland. And that's it, basically. Some bird had a hip done in, 2 birds had a fight, someone mashed up a digger, bones, text message, I don't really want to read that, telly stuff, telly, don't know what this is, horoscope, I'm not going to do the horoscopes, problems, just Jane, I mean, we could go into this, it's not really news, not really current affairs, and then there's the sport, and there's no sport happening, so that's basically everything you need to know in the world. It's all kicking off, but the main thing is, as long as we clap, and we're definitely not in a simulation. Probably. So yeah, so that was the news, and there we go. So hope you have enjoyed the news. I hope it hasn't worried you. I mean, the good news is Dr. Dre's getting better. And he probably just wants another platinum track, and then you can have the rap back. Hey, that's a bad joke. I wish I could be bothered to edit that out, but I probably won't, because I'm a bit rushed these days. So yeah, so this is how they used to make newspapers and that, and probably I think this is by now is how they updated it. There's little gadgets. Yeah. What have we got on this side? I have no idea. I think that's... Who knows? Anyway, so that was the news. Hopefully things settle down in America and we have some more good news. And I hope Dre does get better and that we get justice for John the Baptist. I think maybe we should create an honorary dance troupe, but now I'm dancing into the realms of religion, which I have no intention to go anywhere near. Lovely. So thanks for sticking with us. If you've stayed this long, well done you. Look at you. Well done. So brilliant. Yeah. Have a lovely day.